Coming up on tonight's news, multiple tornadoes leave devastating destruction in Texas. President Obama signed a new jobs law, and we will see if warm weather will make a return this weekend. All that and more up next.
Malcolm, you do know that energy savers last 6 times longer than ordinary light bulbs.
This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's.
Baron Davis, the basketball player? This is his room?
Yep.
Interesting, because we have Baron Davis right here. Baron, do you live here?
No.
I don't mean that, Baron Davis.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
I got no.
Good evening and welcome to the Rowan National Rundown. I'm Michelle Jaworski. The Obama administration reacts to the pushback from a federal appeals court judge, Jerry Smith, over the president's comments made earlier this week, suggesting it would be politically motivated activism for an unelected group of people on the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn his health care reform law. President Obama told onlookers at a Rose Garden press conference that, quote, "Ultimately, I'm confident that the Supreme Court will not take what would be an unprecedented, extraordinary step of overturning a law that was passed by a strong majority of a democratically elected Congress," end quote. Now here's Tara Mergener to tell us more on Obama signing the Jobs Act.
President Obama used a ceremony in the White House Rose Garden to sign the Jobs Act into law.
For startups and small businesses, this bill is a potential game changer.
The new law makes it easier for startup companies to get cash. It allows them to raise money from members of the general public who can make investments over the internet and through social media.
Startups and small business will now have access to a big new pool of potential investors, namely the American people.
Republican House Majority Leader Eric Cantor stood with the president as he signed the bill.
It's a straight-up, solutions-oriented bill. I hope it represents the kind of bipartisan work that we can actually accomplish here in Washington over the next few months.
The election year has made it tough for Congress to get anything to the president's desk. Republicans backed this bill in part because it cuts government regulations. Opponents of the new law say it goes too far, eliminating some of the rules put in place to protect investors after the dot-com bubble bust in the 90s. But the White House insists investors will still have protection.
The websites where folks will go to fund all these startups and small businesses will be subject to rigorous oversight. The SEC is going to play an important role in implementing this bill.
It's unclear how many new jobs the new law will create. Tara Mergener for CBS News, the White House.
5 former New Orleans police officers were sentenced Wednesday to prison terms ranging from 6 to 65 years for their roles in the deadly shootings of unarmed residents in the days following Hurricane Katrina. These officers shot 6 people at the Danziger Bridge on September 4, 2005, killing 2. A fire in Colorado has left 3 people dead. Dispatchers of Jefferson County received phone calls about the spreading fire. However, they reassured residents that it was a controlled burn. The fire continued to grow over 5 acres. An independent review of the incident has been called for. Mitt Romney verbally attacked President Obama on Wednesday for his campaign. Romney accuses Obama of failing to offer solutions for the nation's economic problems and said that during his speech on Tuesday, his focus on criticizing policies that aren't even being proposed to take away from his own wrongdoings. The Las Vegas Public Building Service, known as the landlord for the federal government, is under scrutiny after a report surfaced that it spent more than $820,000 on a Vegas area conference in 2010. A hearing has been scheduled for April 19th to examine the agency's spending practices. Detroit city and state officials face a deadline to save the city from the threat of a looming takeover of city government by Michigan. Earlier this week, the council moved to double the city's corporate income tax to 2% as a way to raise badly needed revenue. A deal backed by Mayor Dave Bing and Michigan Governor Rick Snyder would grant the city the power to void contracts and slash costs, but not provide state funding or loans to bail out of its financial problems. 3 college students are sent to the hospital after being maced. It happened Tuesday evening at Santa Monica College while students were protesting and trying to knock down the doors during a board meeting. Students were outraged at the rise in summer tuition and wanted to be heard. 30 other students were treated from the effects of pepper spray and said that police overreacted. The widely held perception that more health care is better is being challenged. A list of tests and treatments doctors should no longer automatically order was released Wednesday. Among the procedures listed were prescribing antibiotics for mild to moderate sinus issues, chemotherapy for the sickest cancer patients, and brain scans for patients who fainted but didn't have seizures. The FDA is warning doctors and other healthcare professionals that the fake cancer drug, injectable Altazan, has entered the country. The same medicine is approved by the FDA and sold in the U.S. by Genentech as Avastin, while Altuzan is approved by Turkey but not the United States. Still to come, Whitney Houston's autopsy and how you can help to support autism awareness. We'll be right back.
No pulse, we're losing him.
Charging. He's in VFib.
Shock him. Drives that road all the time. He just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. You just buzzed. Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
A U.S. woman is claiming she is one of the 3 winners of the $640 million jackpot. Miranda Wilson says she hid her winning ticket somewhere in the Baltimore McDonald's, where she works. Wilson was sent out to buy the lottery tickets for her and her fellow co-workers. Wilson's lawyer is asking that the reporters staking out her house leave her alone. As of right now, no one in Maryland has yet to claim the prize. What actor saved someone from getting run over by a taxi? And what was found during Whitney Houston's autopsy? Here's Ashley Tradio with Entertainment News. Ashley?
Whitney Houston's autopsy was released yesterday, revealing that heart disease and cocaine use were contributing factors in the star's accidental death. The autopsy also noted that Houston was found face down in the tub by her assistant and that she had a perforation in her nose as a result of her cocaine use. Actor Ryan Gosling saved a British journalist from getting hit by a taxi in New York. The journalist was crossing 6th Avenue when Gosling grabbed her before she walked into traffic. Gosling is full of good karma lately. The actor broke up a street fight just last month. The 25th Annual Kids' Choice Award is a hit with a record amount of the network's trademark slime. Will Smith hosted the show where stars like Twilight's Taylor Lautner and singer Justin Bieber were drenched with the green gunk. Blimps, which are like a Nickelodeon Oscar, were given to Selena Gomez for Favorite TV Actress and Tim Tebow for Favorite Male Athlete. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you, Ashley. And now we go to Matt Nelson for our on-site Q&A, who's speaking to us about Autism Awareness Month. Now, for those who don't know, can you tell us a little more about what autism actually is?
Sure. Basically, autism is a type of social disorder. People who are diagnosed with autism have issues with communication, social interaction, and behavior. Symptoms come up by the time a maximum age of 3.
Okay, now what's the latest report that's come out from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention?
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have come up saying that the number of children with autism in the U.S. is 1 out of every 88 people. As far as gender is concerned, that's 1 in every 54 boys and 1 in 252 girls.
Oh, wow. Now, as a part of Autism Awareness Month, there's a thing coming out called Light It Up Blue. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. Light Up Blue is a unique global initiative to help raise awareness about the growing public health concern. I believe Rowan actually did that this past weekend. As far as nationally, the Empire State Building, Cairo Tower in Egypt, along with the Terminal Tower in Cleveland, Ohio, those are just some of the buildings that have been lit up. Funny story, actually. Aspen Mountain in Colorado was lit up blue.
Wow. Now, what can people do to support Autism Awareness Month?
There's a website that you can go to purchase an Autism Awareness puzzle ribbon. You can put it anywhere, shirt, jacket, even on your fridge or your door, whatever. The website for that is autismsociety.org/about-us/national-autism-awareness-month.
Well, thank you for that, Matt.
Thank you.
And now let's toss it to Devin Paradise for the World News Minute.
The violence continued yesterday in Syria as 54 more people were reported killed, according to the local coordination committee. High-level diplomats are working to reach peace in this country as the fighting rages on. Syrian activist groups have reported government-instigated violence in the local provinces. One man has described the government announcements as lies and has video footage as proof of armored personnel vehicles and trucks arriving in town. The Syrian regime remains placing the blame on armed terrorist groups for the continuing violence. Another fatal shark attack has occurred on the south coast of Western Australia. 33-year-old Peter Kerman was attacked Saturday morning while diving near Stratham Beach, making this the fourth shark incident since October. A $14 million plan is being placed into action in hopes of reducing the risk of shark attacks. 2 top sports officials were killed yesterday in Somalia when a woman set off a bomb at Somalia's newly reopened National Theater. 6 deaths in total have been reported. Somali national television was celebrating their first anniversary when the bomb exploded. The female suicide bomber has not been identified. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Devin. Thinking of getting new glasses? Why not try a pair of virtual capabilities, Google recently unveiled its plan for Project Glass, a reality system that will give users the full range of activities performed by a smartphone, right in front of their eyes. On top of your field of vision, you get icons, alerts, and other visual cues that keep you connected to the digital world. No word yet on when the project will be completed. International Business Machines Corporation, known as IBM, is facing gender issues in the upcoming Masters tournament. Augusta's national policy is against admitting female members to join. Augusta's national chairman has said all issues of membership will remain private. The issue needs to be resolved in a way where customers and employees and board members are satisfied. To find out the winners of the NCAA tournament, let's go to Andrea Herdman. Andrea?
The Final Four results are in. Kentucky captured the NCAA national title for men's basketball. They defeated the University of Kansas with a score of 67-59. Kentucky's standout performer was sophomore Duran Lamb with 22 points, including back-to-back three-pointers, to put the Wildcats up by 16 in the second half. Baylor took home the women's national title by beating Notre Dame 80-61. Brittany Griner tossed in 26 points for the undefeated Lady Bears. Nike reveals new jerseys for the National Football League. Nike has taken over for Reebok in the supply of uniforms, apparel, and equipment for all 32 NFL teams. Some are for the jerseys, but others not so much. Judge for yourself by going to your favorite team's website. Today kicks off opening day for baseball season. As of right now, the Philadelphia Phillies won 1-0 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Boston fell to Detroit 3-2. The New York Mets won their home opener 1-0, and Cleveland is topping Toronto 4-1 so far. This season will sure be one to watch. Go Yankees. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you, Andrea. Now here's Erin Haskell with your holiday forecast.
Hello, I'm Erin Haskell with your weather forecast. Let's take a look at today's weather. Now, it says that it's going to get a little partly cloudy today, even though it's been pretty sunny all day. We have a high of 59, and it's going to get a little colder tonight with a low of 38 degrees. Now, let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. As you can see, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. We're starting it off tomorrow, sunny, high of 60 degrees and low of 36 degrees. Saturday, it'll also be sunny, a high of 61 and a low of 39. Sunday, which is Easter Sunday, we're going to have a high of 65 and a low of 44. Monday, it'll be mostly sunny, high of 61 and a low of 45. And then Tuesday, we're going to see some bad weather coming in. We're going to get some showers, and it's going to get colder with a high of 58 and a low of 38. But, you know, it's going to be a great weekend for Easter, so if you want to go out and have an egg hunt or any other kind of outside activities, you can just go ahead and go for it because it's going to be great outside. All right, let's take a look at our weather window. As you can see, we have some beautiful views outside of Bunce and the Holly Bush Mansion. It was a really beautiful day today, a bit cold, but we're going to see some changes over the weekend. It's going to get really nice and a lot warmer. So Michelle, Easter weekend's coming up. We have a 3-day weekend. What do you got planned? Anything?
Not really much. I'm just kind of going home with the family, doing dinner and all that. What are your plans?
You know, I'm just going to be working, really. That's about it. But it'll be nice to have a day off, you know, just to hang out with friends.
Very nice. Well, speaking of hanging out, everyone here at the Rowan National Rundown would like to wish entertainment reporter Ashley Tradio a belated happy 21st birthday. Woo! Ashley, could you come out here for a second? We actually have a little surprise for you. Matt?
Ashley? On behalf of the cast and crew of the Rowan and at National Rundown, happy 21st birthday.
Happy birthday,
That's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Michelle Jaworski, and for everyone at the Rowan National Rundown, we wish all of our viewers a happy Passover and a happy Easter. Good night.